Welcome to the Chicago Park District's Family Camping with Coleman. Each Friday in August, we will present tips and tricks to have great adventures with friends and family. I'm Liz Holley, the Camping Program Specialist with Chicago Park District. This week, we'll show you what to pack and how to set up the easiest sleeping quarters around. For today's video, you'll see a tent, mallet, sleeping pad, sleeping bags, a source of light like a classic Coleman LED rechargeable lantern or their battery guard headlamp. You'll also want some kickback camp chairs and a great Coleman wagon to keep it all in. First, you're going to want to pick a good spot for your tent. The best spot is flat, uphill from water, and free of holes, stumps, roots, sticks, and stones. It is best to avoid setting your tent up directly under tree branches as well. Once you've found the perfect spot, unpack your tent. Roll out your tent and stretch out the corners. Be sure to keep track of all of the tent pieces. The tent bag, pole bag, poles, stake bag, and stakes should all stay together. Pay attention to where your doors are facing. There may be a best side to get in and out of your tent on. Here we are using the Coleman Skydome 4-person tent. This tent is great for beginners because of its 5-minute setup. Stake out your corners first. Then assemble poles. Look for sleeves and hooks to guide where the poles should go. On this particular model, we will assemble the pre-attached poles and cross them from corner to corner and insert them into front corner pockets, then clip the tent in. Also, check your tent bag to see what the tent looks like set up. Use care when inserting poles to avoid ripping the tent or breaking the poles. Once you've assembled your tent, you want to add on the rain fly. Here we're going to secure at the corners, then we'll look at features for ventilation. Many tents have features to help keep your tent cool. The Coleman Skydome 4-person tent has an extra pole in the awning to help keep air flowing around your tent. Once you've set up your rain fly, you'll stake out the guy lines. Staking out guy lines prevents the rain fly from resting on the tent and allowing water and rain to soak through. Some people also use tarps beneath their tent for extra protection from dirt and rain. We're not using one in this video because the Coleman Skydome 4-person tent has a waterproof floor. If you do use a tarp, make sure you fold it to the exact shape of your tent to prevent water from gathering beneath your tent and soaking through. Now we're going to get set up inside the tent. But first, we want to leave out things like shoes, bug spray, and food. Keeping these things out of your tent will help you keep your tent high quality for years to come. An easy way to make your tent better for sleeping is to add a Coleman self-inflating sleeping pad. You simply roll out and undo the valve to allow the sleeping pad to inflate itself. A handy feature on tents is the interior pocket. It's a great place to keep your tent bag, stake bag, and pole bag, things you don't want to lose, and your battery guard headlamp, which you don't want to be searching around for in the dark. Be sure to pick the right sleeping bag for the season. Sleeping bags typically have a rating that show the minimum outdoor temperature that the sleeping bag is appropriate for. If you're concerned about being too warm, you can always bring a blanket and sleep on top of your sleeping bag. When placing items in the tent, try to set your items away from the walls of the tent. If anything touching the walls of the tent, this can allow condensation to get your items wet. When entering and exiting your tent, be sure to always close the door behind you. Zipping the door closed behind you keeps bugs from sneaking in. An easy finishing touch for your campsite are some kickback chairs. These chairs are easy to set up and will make your campsite the ultimate place for friends and family to gather. When you're ready to pack up, remove all your items from the tent. Be sure to sweep it out. Putting your tent away dry is an absolute must. If your tent is wet when you must leave camp, be sure to hang it out to dry as soon as possible. You can hang it on a clothesline, over a shower rod, or even over some chairs. Once your tent is dry, zip up all the zippers. If you'd like, you can leave one door slightly open so air can escape as you roll the tent up. If your tent is wet when you temporarily pack it, do not zip the zippers because they can begin to rust. Packing up is an important time to keep all of your supplies together. Be sure your stakes, stake bag, poles, pole bag, tent bag, and mallet all stay in the same spot. Be sure to unclip your tent at all points before removing the poles and folding them up. Fold your tent to the width of the disassembled poles. This will ensure your tent fits properly in its bag. Between each fold, you can take time to wipe the bottom of the tent. Once the tent is folded, fold the rainfly as best you can and place it on top of the tent. As you can see here, the folded tent and the bag are the same width as the poles. This helps ensure everything fits in the bag. The bag also has a tearaway section to expand and make sure the entire tent is able to fit. Once you've folded your tent and packed up all your supplies, you're ready to head home and take a break from the great outdoors. Thank you for joining us for Family Camping with Coleman and the Chicago Park District. Join us next week to learn how to set up a great camp kitchen. To learn more about the Coleman equipment included in today's video, please visit Coleman.com. For more content and information on programs, please visit chicagoparkdistrict.com or call 312-742-PLAY. Thank you so much.